Good morning. Appreciate y'all for tuning in and rocking with us for another edition of the Morning Breeze, man. Always rocking with you guys, as always, man. Outside of me, I got my guy, Mr. Media himself, Jordan JC, in the building. That's right. We had to get Mr. Media off of that steak.
Nah, don't you start.
I was sipping the coffee, and a bird flew in the window. Good morning, Breeze Nation. We got everything we need here, ladies and gentlemen. Everything we need. That's right. Now, on today's episode, a lot to get into. PFF did a second-year quarterback evaluation, let's call it. Although many would say it was a quarterback slandering for one Caleb Williams.
Yeah.
Do you care? George JC did. He was hot.
I'm very angry.
He was hot on it. Also, Chicago Bulls finally trade Lonzo Ball. Very interesting trade there. Some people like it, some people don't. Could we see another addition to the Chicago Bulls? And I'm going to tell you why the Lonzo Ball deal makes sense. But it is too late. All that and more in today's episode of the Windy City Breeze Sports Talk Daily Morning Breeze Edition. George JC. It's 6:30, 2025. It's 7:09 in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
And I can't wait to see you grill some eggs on this one, my guy. Let's go. Yeah, I said grill some eggs, ladies and gentlemen.
So, okay.
I just found out you can do that. Interesting process. Some aluminum foil. Yeah, you can grill eggs. Yeah, a little aluminum foil. Crack the eggs up in that mug. Yeah, man, it's not bad. I gotta try it.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, not bad. Breeze Nation, appreciate y'all for tuning in to show love as always. Hit that like button, subscribe to the page, leave a 5-star review. Y'all know what to do.
Come on. Push the button. Come on. Push the button. Come on, push the button.
Yeah, come on, push the button.
You heard what she said.
Y'all heard what Sue Young said. Hit that like button, subscribe to the page, leave a 5-star review. Y'all know what to do. JC, what's going on, my guy? How you feeling?
What up, man? Another Monday. Short week, man. Getting into July 4th. But, man, good news, good stuff, hot off the presses. Got to talk about this slandering. Yeah, well, it's not good news. We got to talk about the slander of Caleb Williams.
Here's my problem with this time of year, right? It's you go from the mock draft season to the list season. And then going to the list season. None of these lists are cohesive.
No.
Like PFF will be like, hottest player to break out 2025, Caleb Williams. And then a day later, they'll be like, is he a bust? Does this guy suck? We don't like anything about him. And it's like
random, just nonsense.
We just read this article yesterday that y'all was excited about this thing. What are we talking about right here?
We can see you.
We can see you. I see you. See me. See you. Nah, man. Appreciate y'all for rocking with us as always. I thought when you sent this one to me, I instantly ran to Biff, and I did think this article was interesting because of. I think this is more interesting because of yet again the names around it. Right? It's not so much the Caleb Williams comments that get you. It's how everyone else is almost oddly praised. And Caleb Williams is like, nah, you can also be a decent quarterback or F this guy.
Just completely just suck. Yeah, exactly.
So Jaden Daniels, the comparison they made for him, we'll start with him, was Lamar Jackson, Kyler Murray, which I don't think either comparison is bad for Jaden Daniels because if he's Lamar Jackson, that means that he's one of the best quarterbacks in the NFL. If he's Kyler Murray, He's still one of the most talented quarterbacks in the NFL, as long as he's a better leader than what Kyler Murray is, and he already is a better leader than what Kyler Murray is. I don't think there was a video game clause thrown in his contract. Drake May. Ceiling, Trevor Lawrence. Floor, Daniel Jones. They think he's going to suck, basically.
Oh, boy. I don't know about that one.
Surprising to me.
That's actually another bad one.
Drake May's the one I would be like, oh, yeah, like his ceiling should be very high. Maybe floor is the floor. Well, floor probably could be Trevor Lawrence. Like that one was crazy to me. Michael Penix, ceiling Justin Herbert, floor Jameis. He's just slinging it all over the place.
Okay.
Bo Nix, ceiling Drew Brees, floor Mac Jones. Talk about your no S and U.
Okay.
It's a wide ceiling and floor right there, ladies and gentlemen.
Okay. All right.
JJ McCarthy.
Go ahead. Yeah.
Ceiling. Best quarterback in the NFL. Joe Burrow.
What?
Floor. Sam Darnold.
Who just had an epic season.
Again. You have to look at all the names around it, because then for the illustrious Caleb Williams, the ceiling, Jordan Love, the floor, bust.
The floor is the floor. What are we doing?
Get a floor. What they had to say on this, and this is again, right? When we talk about PFF, why I say you got to take everything with a grain of salt, because they go off of these numbers, right? So Williams entered the NFL with a tremendous amount of hype, only to disappoint as a rookie, even though people were so excited about him, played well, circumstances, yeah. Especially when compared to the rest of the class, Williams' season was at best underwhelming. He flashed big potential plays and an incredible arm talent, but struggled with accuracy and took pressure on sacks far too often. His 63.3 PFF rating was the worst of the 5 first-round quarterbacks who saw action in 2024, as were his 54.7% accuracy rate and 23.2% uncatchable pass rate, which was facts, and 26.1% pressure to sack rate, which helped with all the issues we saw in his final season of the college football showed up in his rookie campaign. Granted, top prospects who don't pull it all together are still capable of turning things around. Jared Goff is one notable example, and Bryce Young appears to have turned a corner ahead of 2025, but struggling as badly as Williams did usually does not end up well. Still, he has talent and is one of the best supporting casts in the NFL. Turn it around in 2025. So we bring up the talent at the end there, Jordan JC, that was on the team. And Caleb Williams has all the talent he needs this season. I do think we believe in that. But how do you feel about this ceiling the floor list here, Jordan JC?
I'm utterly disappointed. It's not even with Caleb Williams, honestly. That right there pissed me off a little bit. But what the biggest one that I'm looking at is how in the heck did a quarterback that didn't take a snap in the regular season, how is he projected to be the best quarterback in the league? And then the floor is a quarterback that had one of his better seasons in the league in Sam Darnold. That's where I'm even more disgusted. But if we're talking about Caleb Williams specifically, you compared him to the Green Bay quarterback. I got problems with that off back, just off of being biased. I got problems with you saying that he can at best be Jordan Love, the guy that slings the rock all over the place, and no doubt he's going to have it intercepted from time to time. He misplaces the ball. And then you're saying that his floor is going to be Jamarcus Russell, basically. You're calling him a bust. He's going to be out of the league in about 5 years if he doesn't put it all together. Here's my thing. Context is everything. Yes, the Bears had a horrible season his rookie year. Comparatively, though, Caleb Williams did, I'm not going to say an excellent job, but he did a pretty good job of navigating that season from beginning to end. Starting out 4-2 and then completely falling off the face of the earth. You saw the leadership skills. The stats weren't horrible. He didn't turn the ball over that much. And then at the end of the season, you saw him start to pick it up where in those moments where he needed to actually get the team in a position to win, he did that numerous times. Didn't result in a win. A lot of that was out of his control. But you saw a quarterback that was competent. You saw a quarterback that was building off of his confidence. You saw a quarterback that was learning the NFL speed. And so you're going to tell me that his floor is a bust? You're not even comparing him to any quarterback, but you got all of these other guys. And again, I go back to JJ, who have not even taken an NFL snap in the regular season, and you give them higher praise. I understand that going into the season, yes, he was the number one pick. He was heralded as this just Superman, this god coming out of college, do-it-all quarterback. And so maybe the expectation, you didn't meet that versus the reality of the season. But again, I go back to context is everything. You mentioned it. The O-line sucked. The coaching staff sucked. We know that. Matt Eberflus, all-time generational horrible head coach.
I thought you were going to say something else. I was about to stop you.
Oh, I don't know what else you thought I was going to say, but I thought
you was going to call him a sucker.
No. What's going on? Going on, sucker? It's like, what are we doing? Context is everything.
Was that one of Flus's nicknames in the locker room?
Yeah, exactly.
That's a wild one to walk up to somebody and say.
It's God.
Yeah, please, sucker.
Like me. And Jimmy Hoffa, I already knew you were going to come in here and defend your boy. He has top 10 stats in every metric. Stop yourself. Jordan Love is nowhere near the ceiling for Caleb Williams. Caleb Williams has the potential to be one of the best quarterbacks in the league when he puts it all together. And of course, yes, it has to do with the team. The team that is surrounding him, especially this year, will hopefully catapult him to greater heights. And so I'm sorry, PFF, you got this completely wrong.
Here's my thing. Number one, PFF is context and PFF don't go together. And that, I think, is my problem with a lot of stuff. They try to add context through the other numbers that happen. But what I think they often miss on is the fact that the other numbers usually happen because of something else also happening on the field. Now, if Caleb Williams was in a good pocket last season, fine. Then, like this year, if he's got a 54.7% accuracy rate with a 23.2% uncatchable pass rate, yeah, let's cook him. Cook show. You got to be better. You're not playing well. You're not playing on time. You're not getting the job done. And there are things that I think you can cook him for last season. I think that the fact that the deep ball accuracy was so off even when the pocket was clean is something that we can often talk about as a big problem for him. There's a lot of games that the Bears win if he makes those passes easily. Though that's the reason why Joe Burrow is able to go out there and win so many of these games or put up so many points, because he doesn't miss those throws. So if you're in that situation, you got to be there. But rookie, bad offensive line, an entire coaching staff that isn't here. And I love when people say it's all because Caleb Williams. Probably because somebody better was available. Probably because there's somebody who actually can develop the quarterback who's good at it that was available. And because you watched the guy make decision after decision after decision after decision after decision for 2 years that cost your team game. So with that context, that again, and then you look at Caleb's numbers and everything he went through last season, to me, I look at it from the glass half full side of things, man.
Mm-hmm.
But how can you say these numbers are bad? One of the worst offensive lines of football. Again, not based off of what PFF had to say, right? According to PFF, everybody was standing there. But when you watch the game, you see 5 guys sitting on the ground. Like, those are the things that you never, you know what I mean? Like, you see a little right there. Like, when you watch the game, you know, that's a top 10 PFF offensive line.
Jesus.
Those are the things that I think you can't sit here and just put numbers to, because the numbers that when you put in the wrong information into a calculator, it will give you numbers. They may not apply to the situation that's at hand, but it will give you numbers. I think what PFF loves to do, and only on like an off day or a slow day or, a Tuesday. Monday, they love Caleb Williams. Tuesday, they hate Caleb Williams. Wednesday, they back to loving Caleb Williams. Thursday, they hate Caleb Williams. Like, let's get some continuity here. Let's put one guy on the Bears writing for Caleb Williams or whatever it is, right? Let's get some collective articles here, because
let's get the same guy that writes about Braxton Jones.
You know what I mean? Like, let's have somebody, because it's too wide of a range, and it makes the articles not like, this isn't believable. Yeah. Like, I'm fine, with the Jaden Daniels comparison. I'm fine. I don't. The Drake May one is kind of crazy to me too. Michael Penix is interesting. JJ McCarthy makes no sense. No. Bo Nix he's got Sean Payton there. But like, this is like, when you go Jordan Love and bust on Caleb Williams, this is just clickbait. This is just rage bait.
It's almost lazy.
Because your two quarterbacks are Green Bay, who Bears fans hate, or terrible, which still could be Green Bay.
That's a good point. You know what? PFF did get me. They sucked me in. They got me, because they got me. They reeled me in, because I was part of the group that got rage baited, because I'm sitting here looking at it like, first of all, you're comparing him to our nemesis, and then for his floor, the worst of it, you have no name at all. It's like you just threw a list out there. I was like, all right, here, take this and get pissed. We got nothing else for you till the start of the season.
Yeah, this was the, we got to put his name high. You lead the article with Jaden Daniels, but it's a picture of Caleb Williams on the article.
Oh, my God.
You know what I mean? Like, that's unfortunately the season that we're in, and it irritates me, because then they write with a skewed pen. You know what I mean? I don't even know if this is a freaking AI guy or what. This might even be just PFF algorithm spitting this out. No,
yeah, ChatGPT making
John Costco. He's actually
been. Do we know if he actually works up there?
Oh no, it says he joined PFF in July of 2014 and serves as an NFL analyst. Also,
are we sure?
Is a former Kansas football safety. What does that mean? Like Kansas, like the college?
Yeah, I was about to say, the Jayhawks, or are we talking Chiefs?
I'm assuming Jayhawks. I don't remember a John Costco.
I know.
With a K, not with a C.
All right.
No, but it's to me, the conversation around it is just, I needed somebody to look at this article. This was the one that was going to keep me here for the 10 years. You know what I mean? It's the offseason. There's nothing. Let's do this, because to go ceiling is Jordan Love, floor is bust. It just, there's no way you look at last season and that's the thought process you come into this year with.
No. So again, I'm going to wipe my hands clean of this. Let's just move forward, because that when I sent it to you, I said, you got to be kidding me. This is just all wrong. And again, we know that the projection, we know the potential of Caleb Williams, and especially with the pairing now this year. I would say let's put the right projection on here. I'd say it's ceiling. His ceiling could be a Josh Allen type. I'm going to say his ceiling is Josh Allen, and the floor for Caleb Williams, I'll say the floor is Jordan Love. That's where I'll put Jordan Love. You hear that, Jimmy?
Bust.
Yeah, but now Jordan you heard that, Jimmy?
Still calling him a bust. He's just an expensive bust at that point. No, man. That's a good one. That's a good one. What ceiling or floor do we think is realistic? I would say ceiling.
All together. Yeah.
Well, I think here's the thing. I would say ceiling, and I've always said this. This young man has all the talent in the world. You just gotta, package it right. I would say ceiling to me is more of a I mean, you got to go high. Give me Joe. We'll say a Joe Burrow. You got to go high because your hope is that you're pairing him with one of the best in the league here, coaching wise, and one of the best coaching staffs with the best wide receiver group. I would say floor for me is, I mean, give me a Kirk Cousins.
Okay.
Because you know,
I like the Dak Prescott comparison. I didn't think about Dak as a floor.
Dak, I mean, that's just black Kirk Cousins. Y'all know how I feel about it.
We just got different types of shades of
for real. Yeah, we got Kirk Cousins. Dak Prescott is black Kirk Cousins. Who was the other one? Baker Mayfield is scruffy Kirk Cousins.
That is crazy.
It's just the league of Kirk Cousins, bro.
League of Kirk Cousins. League of mid.
Who else is up in this mug that's a Kirk Cousins quarterback? It was a bunch of them I used to have. I think there was
Ryan Fitzpatrick is
Ryan Fitzpatrick,
a poor man's Kirk Cousins.
He's just Ryan Fitzpatrick. That's
Fitzmagic. Okay, all right. You got to put some respect on his name. All right.
But Fitzmagic would give you like the greatest 8 games you ever seen in your life. It just depended on what half of the season you were gonna get him that made you feel good about him or not.
Yeah.
Sometimes he'd finish out a season, he'd be like, "Oh, they going to the playoffs," and then other times it'd be like, "Man, he sucked for 8 straight games. This is impressive." Like, but no, I just, to me, the big thing for the ceiling to the floor argument is football is a team game. Mm-hmm. I think you saw that last year. What the Washington Commanders were able to do for Jaden helped him flourish right away.
Mm-hmm.
That's what to me develops quarterbacks. When you have a team that is entirely bought in on this kid being good. I don't think we've had that with the Bears. I don't think they had that with Justin. I don't think they had that with Mitch. We know they had that with Mitch with the Nagy stuff that came out there. Like, I'd even say, even when we traded for Jay Cutler, like, you traded for Jay, you got a wide receiver, and then you were like, yeah, no, we'll just figure the rest out as your offensive line was falling apart around you.
Yeah. Yeah, no, that is important, is the entire team needs to be better around Caleb. And I think that's the hope, is that this year it's realized. But realistically, I would say that, and especially his rookie season comparatively to other Bears rookies, like he had an all-time good season for a Bears rookie. Like, to build off of the stats that he already has is he's going to be pretty good, and so let's just give him a little bit more respect, PFF, with the ceiling and this floor comparison. I do like I thought somebody said his floor could be a Stafford. So if you're going high with
that's a
Joe Burrow, then I'm just saying.
I'll be honest with you. If his floor is Matthew Stafford, I was watching, by the way, this tells you how much of a problem I have. I was watching 2018 or 2019 Packers versus Lions this weekend.
Yeah.
That's never been a problem, bro. You watch that man play, it's like, this dude is a dog. But it should be like, there's not
2018, was that when he still had Calvin?
No, this team was I think Joyke Bell was on the team.
I do remember Joyke Bell. Wow, that's
on the team.
That's a name.
Again, I was watching it like as I was grilling, so it's kind of just like turning around and watching the game just to have. I love having like the game on and stuff like that. But it was hilarious to me because I was sitting there. It was Matt Stafford versus Aaron Rodgers, and just seeing Matthew Stafford still be Matthew Stafford, but on a depleted team where the most talented player was him, including on both sides of the line. It's just like, oof. This is crazy that this man went on to be on the Rams and like win a Super Bowl. But hey, man, let us know what you think Caleb Williams' ceiling and floor could be. I saw Baki say he's that Tua is Samoan Kirk Cousins.
Tua is Samoan Kirk Cousins.
Tua's Island Kirk Cousins. Yeah, man.
Island Kirk Cousins. Yeah.
There's a lot of Kirk Cousins in the league. There's probably
you like
that. Not.
You like that?
Let's not be I don't like that, actually. I'd like a better quarterback. But hey, man, appreciate y'all for tuning in. Show love. Hit that like button, subscribe to the page, leave a 5-star review. Y'all know what to do. We're gonna take a quick break, listen to a word from our sponsors. And when we come back, we gotta talk about the trade that happened this weekend.
Mm-hmm.
And why it's a good trade. And also, could Deandre Ayton be coming to the Bulls? Be right back right after this. Appreciate you guys for tuning in and watching the show. Today's episode of the podcast is brought to you by Aura. Have you ever done a Google search on your own name? You'd be surprised what pops up. Your full name, email address, home address, health records, your relatives. It's all out there. And that's why I've been using Aura, the sponsor of today's video. Aura shows me which data brokers are selling my information and automatically submits opt-out requests just for me. Cleaning up my information not only helps reduce the amount of spam I get, but it protects me from hackers who could use that information to help them access my social media, bank accounts, and other sensitive information. It's really simple to set up. I don't have to download several apps or go to things like antivirus, VPN, password management, parental controls, identity theft, but you can get all of that in one place with Aura. I get everything at one affordable price as well. You may already have one or two of these tools, but not having Aura is like leaving the front door locked while leaving the back door and windows wide open. For you to be able to take advantage of Aura, we got a special deal for you here today. Stop data brokers from exposing your personal information. Go to my sponsor at https:/aura.com/the Windy City. Again, that is aura.com/the Windy City to get a 14-day free trial and see how much of your information is being sold. Breeze Nation, what is good? It's your boy Pat the Designer back at it again. Ladies and gentlemen, we got merch. That's right. New website, new merch, all out. We've been telling you guys to pull up on us. Now you can at twcbreeze.com, where you can find out all of the latest stuff going on. What all can they find there, Super Producer?
Listen, you can join the nation, sign up to our mailing list, and be up to date for events and news. You can also visit the shop page and order merch, because we have t-shirts, we got hoodies, we got mugs, we got hats, we got all kind of stuff. So, hey, we appreciate you being tuned in with us. And remember to subscribe to our YouTube page and follow us on all our socials. Check us out at twcbreeze.com.
He's way too excited.
I
am. That beat is the Kirk Cousins of this show.
Transylvania. Very middling beater. Okay, all right. Shout out, Super Producer.
Welcome back in, man. Appreciate y'all for tuning in to show love. Hit the like button, subscribe to the page, leave a 5-star review. Y'all know what to do. Talked about Caleb Williams and lies. What ceiling to floor is.
Lies.
That ceiling to floor ratio is.
Ceiling to floor.
The ceiling to floor ratio. That was a depressing range right there. That was like ceiling, man, floor. Oh, like it was like there's no high ceiling at all for this guy.
Nothing at all. Nope.
They probably think Jordan Love's a good quarterback though. Hey man, but let's switch gears here, Jordan JC, over to the basketball world, because it's finally been done. The fact that we can sit here and say that after an extension, after 70 games over 4 years, the great Lonzo Ball has been traded for Isaac Okoro. And that's it.
Oh, I thought you were going to be a little bit more epic with
that was the whole trade. That was AK hates getting picks back, bro. I don't know what's up with this dude. AK hates a draft pick, dog. Like, we're going to build through the draft. We're going to make our team much better, and
is that AK?
We're going to get the young players. And I don't do a great AK. I got to work on it a little bit.
It sounds a little sleepy too.
Yeah, I don't hear him talking enough for to do a good AK.
That's a good point.
But no, man, listen, the Lonzo Ball trade ends up going down, and I think a lot of people there was a surprising amount of people who like hated this trade. In my mind, This was the right trade. Unfortunately, yet again, it's happened at the wrong time. You had an opportunity during the season to go out there and add the 18th overall pick, add Marcus Smart to a team that still was trying to compete, which probably would have been a little bit better. And you could have moved on from Marcus Smart if you wanted to, and at least had the 18th overall pick. But instead, you chose to go with the proven defensive talent of Isaac Okoro. What were your thoughts on the trade? And do you feel like this was the right move just once again at the wrong time?
I feel it was the right move, but as you mentioned, just kind of bad timing. Lonzo Ball, for as much as he is a talented guard, again, we talk about the most important thing, which is your availability. And just unfortunately, his body did not allow him to be available for multiple seasons. There was times where people were even afraid for his career to be, coming to a close. And so it was remarkable that he even got to the point of returning. And I believe he played, I want to say 35 games this past season.
Oh, he's always got 35 in him.
He's got 35 in him. And no more, no less. And so that was the issue, is that when you look at the trade, you think, oh, well, if Lonzo Ball's on the court, he clearly is an upgrade over anything that we got back. But that's the problem, is I find this trade to be well balanced because you can't rely on Ball to play a full season. His body just does not keep up. It's unfortunate. You see how talented he is as a guard, as a player. He is a winning player. He's the type of player who goes about his business differently. He doesn't have to score to impact the game. He gets everybody else involved. He knows when to pass. Extremely good on defense. I love his help defense. His one-on-one defense has always been superb. But again, you just didn't see enough of it. In the peak of the Bulls' career with him, when we thought everything came together, I think it was 2018 or no, the 2021 Bulls.
Yep.
With DeMar and Zach and
DeMar,
him
Lonzo
and
Zach.
Russo, like that was the peak of everything we saw. You were amazed at the few games that they finally. Oh, and by the way, let me not disrespect them. Vooch also was playing.
Nikola Vucevic in the middle.
Yeah, that's right. All that they put it all together, and then it completely went away because people started getting hurt, and so. Again, I like this trade because you're getting back a young guy who is very good on defense, reliable three-point shooter to a certain extent, and well, I'm looking at some of his stats. It says that he can hit the corner three. He has the ability to hit the corner three. All right, I'm just giving his props. All right, I'm not saying Isaac Okoro's Kyle Korver.
He did shoot it at a 39% clip last.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
He's kind of 3-and-D, but they basically were like, "Hey, Isaac, stop shooting, bro."
Yeah, but my thing is that you're getting a piece that kind of is more in line with what's going on with the team now. He's young. He's going into his prime, hopefully. Isaac Okoro was a player that I thought would be a little bit more along in his career as far as being more of a reliable scorer. But at least you got him on the other side of the ball for really, really good defense.
Yeah, listen, I mean, AK's trying to continue his journey to get all of the pieces that he missed in the draft that he could have taken over P. Will to see if there's a fix for it. He's on number 3 now. Actually, he's on number 4 because who's our boy we got in the Kings trade that was terrible and like
you talking about Duarte?
Wasn't Chris Duarte in that draft as well? I think
Chris Duarte was in the top 10. I think
he had Duarte in that top 10.
Yeah.
You had Jalen Smith in there.
Yeah,
he ended up grabbing Isaac Okoro. I believe with 5.
You got 3 of those
6.
guys.
Yeah, I mean, and P. Will, of course, topping that list off.
Whatever, man.
Just doesn't want any of the good players from that draft. No, but no. Here's my thing with this deal, and I think even the conversation around what the Bulls are doing. AK hasn't changed. He's still doing the same thing. He's just trying to do it through 2 players. You're trying to recreate Lonzo Ball offensively through Josh Giddey and defensively through Isaac Okoro.
Okay.
I don't know if that is the right move. I do like the fact that you've added a defensive guy who, listen, in a trade where you're sending somebody who's played 35 games in 4 years. The fact that 70 games in 4 years, the fact that you're getting someone back who has played for majority of his career is really all I needed. Yeah, I mean, 67 games rookie year, 67 games year 2, 76 games year 3, 69 games year 4. Played 55 games last year, but there was some games where he also did end up just kind of not checking in, a little DNPCD, if you will. But it's just you're trying to recreate the Lonzo Ball theme still, just with 2 players on this team. And the fact that you got a defensive piece that is healthy back, I do like it. But again, I think the biggest conversation around this is AK always ends up finding a way to not come away with this any kind of draft capital. I don't think you're getting a first-round pick for Lonzo Ball. But at least get a second so you can sell it for cash considerations.
Was there not a rumor that they could have actually returned a first-round pick? Weren't there other trade discussions going on?
No. I'm saying in this trade, I don't think you'd get a first-round pick.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Okay,
I think that we know that in the Memphis trade, you could have gotten the 18th overall pick.
Yeah. Again, I don't know what AK is doing, but here's my thing with that. And you mentioned it, I want to say on your other podcast, one of the other podcasts, the millions that you do. Yeah.
The Chicago Bulls Breeze. We are live over there as well. Say hi to the Bulls Breeze fans.
I'll check that out as well.
Tap in with that, like button, subscribe.
I think that AK, he's trying to find something that will work. And he's trying to luck his way into making this work.
Yep.
You mentioned that before. It's like you thought that he was really a good mastermind of evaluating talent because of what happened in Denver. And the more and more this kind of carousel goes along in Chicago, I don't know if I'm putting, a lot of trust in his ability to evaluate talent as much as I used to. It's unfortunate, but what?
No, I was gonna say, like you still putting faith in that?
I just because of Modest. Honestly, Modest is the only guy.
I'll say this, and me and Hayes have talked about this. First off, I do think his plan is to get lucky. You know what I mean? I mean, he's going out there with a pocket full of you know what's, just trying to see if something catches.
Yeah,
you know what I mean, like the thing though with me for AK, I don't think AK is bad at evaluating talent. I think he's bad at evaluating mindset. Patrick Williams has all the talent in the world. When he's on the floor, he is the strongest player on the floor. When he's on the floor, he's one of the faster players on the floor. When he's on the floor, he can jump the highest on the floor. He's got all the talent in the world. He ain't got this. He ain't got the brain. He don't have the dog in his mind that says the difference between him becoming the Kawhi comparisons is 1 year Kawhi just went, I guess I'm going to kill him. And then went out there and put up 50.
The stoic voice.
I guess I'm going to do it.
All right. Let me just take over the league.
The ball.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like Kawhi when they were like, Kawhi, we need you. He went, oh, okay. And like dunked on everybody. Like that to me is, so I think I say all that to say, I think he's fine at evaluating talent.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think that he's very good at evaluating the right mindset it takes to be great in the NBA. And even, I mean, if we're being honest, finding it in Jokic in the second round, yeah, you got lucky. And sometimes
he lucked out with that. Yeah.
We got lucky with Derrick Rose. They didn't make this great team and dominate and all. We're going to the play. We won 4 playoff series since 1998.
Mm-hmm.
2 of them come from Derrick Rose. Like, sometimes you do got to get lucky. Yeah. But then you have to know what to do around that. In Denver, it seems like he did.
Well, meanwhile, while we're trying to get lucky still, I do like the fact that this trade, Isaac Okoro, brings depth. I'll say that. I think that he's a young player, a young piece that will you don't have a question about his motor, his ability his desire and the effort that he puts on one side of the ball. The defense, again, I love to see that. I think that's part of what he will be his tag on this team. I also think that he'll be better suited as a switchable defender at small forward rather than P. Will, if he's still here and he's still being utilized, and obviously Matas Buzelis. I think they're better as power forwards in that position or stretch forwards. And so I think I like that when it comes to this trade again, and also even his contract. I looked up an article. It says that it's a very manageable number as far as his contract. He had signed a 3-year, $33 million dollar deal last year, so a little over $22 million is left over in the next 2 seasons. So that's a good number. That falls way short of the non-tax mid-level exception for the Bulls. The Bulls don't like paying a lot of money if they don't have to.
Listen, and it's not even. That's the other part that's crazy. That's not a bad thing now. This second apron is murdering teams. You seen what we've seen this offseason?
Yeah.
These ones in the second apron, it's like, hey, let's get rid of Kevin Durant. For what? What else you got? Give me a bunch of second round picks.
Just a whole bunch of
them. I mean, it's just
draft
Bain is going for less first round picks than Luka Doncic. And Kevin Durant combined.
Yeah.
But those, I think to me, especially kind of where the Bulls are right now, like I do like getting Okoro back. I think it opens up an opportunity for you. I think in the long run, though, this is again another sign to me that points to we're trying to figure things out with this one guy we have. Everything else, we got to see what's going to happen. But we think Matas can be that guy.
I do have one thing that has been on my mind, and you know how it is. Monkey see, monkey do with like the comparisons. And you see a team win a championship and you see how their roster is constructed. And so a lot of teams want to imitate that roster. With OKC winning the championship recently and how young their team is and how elite they are on defense, they just continue to come after you. Would you say that the Bulls are constructing a team that almost has the likes of a roster of OKC where, okay, let's just say SGA, and I'm not saying Josh Giddey is SGA, but that same kind of maybe play style, getting his teammates involved, can put up points. Josh Giddey is working on his offense this offseason, working on his shooting. He's gotten better over the past year with his shooting ability. And so he's more reliable. He's a do-it-all point guard. Then, of course, you got Kobe White, and you got Noah Essing. I keep getting his name wrong. Noah S.
N-E. Yeah, Noah E.
N-E. Yeah, Noah.
I've heard the French pronunciation a multitude of ways. So really? I'll wait till Adam Amin says it. And then I'll be like, that's
Adam Amin always says everything right.
Adam
you're right.
Get it right. He gonna go up to him and be like, Parlez-vous. He speaks like so many. And I don't know why.
Adam's a beast.
Aggressive French accent. Like,
just
turn him into like Lumiere.
No, but Noah to me is could he be the mold of a Jalen Williams, in that mold. He kind of has that same archetype. There's just a lot of different parts on that team that I see are we kind of like making or shaping our roster to be kind of like that going forward, which isn't a bad idea.
The Bulls are shaping their roster for when they get the superstar. That's exactly how
they got him. I'm gonna be honest. I think they got him.
And who? Who's superstar?
The next Giannis. Matas Buzelis, baby.
Right. Put the Kool-Aid down, brother. Sweet. Oh, he's got Kool-Aid for real. It is 7:50 a.m.
Oh, it tastes great.
Why are you drinking Kool-Aid?
Hey, man. It's cranberry juice, actually, but, it's good enough. Close enough. Close enough. I'm drinking the cranberry juice, boy. Matas Buzelis MVP. 2 years.
Thought this man was just down in a glass of Kool-Aid, right? Like, calm down, Bert Kreischer.
I'm just saying, man. He might be
kind
okay.
of a lot of similarities, and if you think about it, but Steve-O said sugar on 240.
Hey, man, I'm just saying, I get hyped because we might have lucked into our superstar.
We'll see about that. I think here's the one thing I don't want to see on this team. Appreciate y'all for tuning in and showing love. Hit the like button. Let us know how you guys feel about the Lonzo trade in the comments below. Here's the one thing I don't want to see. I saw the news come out late yesterday about the potential of a buyout for Portland's Deandre Ayton.
Yeah.
Put this on wax right now.
Uh-oh. What you got?
Absolutely not.
Really?
Absolutely not.
Oh,
Why do
not
y'all
an Ayton guy?
Y'all hate players like Deandre Ayton. And this is what irritates me about when people sit here and want to add any piece that becomes available that remotely kind of looks like it might possibly fit into what your narrative of what a player should be. Absolutely not. Deandre Ayton is low effort, low work ethic, low potential, low IQ.
Jesus. How many lows you got?
Y'all hate sweet and low. Y'all hate, but Steve-O, exactly. Hate Vooch, but want him.
You
Vooch
dang right, Steve-O.
Consistent bigs in the NBA. Only thing
right.
Deandre Ayton's consistent at is watching somebody else try and get a rebound. We watched Deandre Ayton get shut down in a game 7 of the NBA playoffs where Devin Booker was basically dead and you needed this to go to the Western Conference Finals. I need one game of usefulness out of you. We saw this man get boxed out and shut down by Maxi Kleber and Dwight Powell.
Yeah, I can't defend him on that one.
He's cheeks.
Well, I mean,
he is tall P. Will.
Hey, whoa. Pat, what are we talking about? The tall P. Will? I give him a little more credit than that. I give him a little bit more credit than that.
Go watch that game.
Reminds me of Greg Oden, Aiden.
No, go watch his game.
Well, 14.5 points, 10 rebounds. I mean, I take that. He's a traditional center. Here's why I think it could work if he were to be on the Bulls. Because he needs a point guard like Josh Giddey to thrive. If we didn't have a point guard like Josh Giddey or like who we had formerly in Lonzo Ball, then no, I would want nothing to do with him. Because we have the type of player like Josh Giddey, I think that's the type of player that you need to pair up with that type of big man. Who is, the lumbering, the old 90s, 80s type of center. What do you got? What do you want?
Jordan, who was the point guard when he was playing in Phoenix?
Wasn't it? Oh, I thought you meant Portland. It was CP3, wasn't it? All right, man, fine. Hey, let me just keep sipping my food. Jesus, man. All right, I tried Aiden. We don't want you.
Terrible.
We don't want you.
Terrible.
The big flowers together in their spare time.
Yeah. Bro, like I saw it and I just knew Bulls fans were gonna be like, go get him, please go get him. No, let that man be a Laker so they can hate him over there.
Ooh. And watch he thrive. It's all right. It's okay.
I ain't worried about it.
He's 26.
Appreciate y'all for tuning in and showing love.
Nice.
Let us know your thoughts. I didn't want to dwell on Ayton too long. I just had to throw that in there because I knew Bulls fans was going to be losing. Get me the Deandre Ayton. Never. Appreciate y'all for tuning in. Showing love as always. Hit that like button. Subscribe to the page. Leave a 5-star review. Y'all know what to do. As always, for Mr. Media himself, George JC. It's your boy Pat the Designer back at it again. Y'all stay safe out there, Chicago. Bed down. One love. See red. Keep Deandre Ayton off my team.
Y'all are rough. He's 20. I didn't know he was 26. He's still in his prime.
That man hairline looked like he do cocaine in the 80s. Not dead. He goes
rough.
He time travels back just to get 80s cocaine. That's what he
time travels back to the 80s. This man has a machine. Oh my God. Deandre Ayton.